Afternoon, folks. Jeff Seal, Smith Lake Television. I'm standing here with Shane Driver of the Air Evac Life Team in Coleman at the Folsom Airport. Shane is one of the paramedics on board when we have problems at the lake. What we're trying to do here, Shane, is just give people more information about what's going on at the lake in case something bad happens. We interviewed EMS a few weeks ago and talked to them. So tell me about what your organization does here around Smith Lake.
You know, you mentioned EMS, so we are EMS with a paramedic and a nurse on board, and we transport sick and injured people to the hospital, mainly to major medical centers.
Who makes the call when you guys get involved? Who makes that call?
Yeah, so it's a big process. So obviously there's a 911 call,
right? And
the local fire department responds, as well as the local EMS. They also respond. But then we have criteria that the 911 center actually has, that if it meets a certain criteria, they go ahead and automatically dispatch a helicopter. That way we're on the way, and then when the fire and EMS gets there, if they determine that it is necessary for the patient to fly, we're already inbound, if not already there.
Wow, very cool. I'm a pilot, and the first, I always know where I'm going to land.
Right.
I mean, tell me about how y'all go about picking landing sites. Are they pre-designated landing sites? Let's say I break my leg or I need immediate air vac out from my house. Where do you guys land? How do y'all pick that?
So it's working with the fire department, actually. So the fire departments in the local communities do have some pre-designated landing areas that we've used on numerous occasions. And they kind of coordinate with us and spec those out to make sure that it's safe for us to land. They monitor and maintain them. But we can also land just maybe out in a field or someone's large yard, and we do that in coordination with the fire department.
Wow. I've been flying big airplanes all my life. I mean, I look at the helicopter guys. Those are the real pilots, man. What we do is not, but coming into a semi unknown area,
yes.
It's got to be difficult, but you guys do it with such precision, such professionalism. It's very impressive to me as a pilot that you guys do that.
And so I can add to that, because we work with the fire department too. We put them through actual training, so it's not like that they just go out there and randomly pick a spot. Right. So we work with them, and we actually retrain them on an annual basis on how to pick a landing site, how to set up the landing site, and keep it secure so that it is safe for us to come in and do that.
Now, what's the difference between an ambulance and an air vac helicopter? What's the difference in that?
So there's two big differences. Number one, speed. I mean, that's the biggest difference. So if you take out in the lake and you've got someone that's going to need an ambulance ride to a major medical center, that could be hour and a half ride in an ambulance.
Right.
Where in an aircraft, we're not having to take all those windy, curvy roads, not having to stop at all the stop signs. We're going straight and can get there in a fraction of the time that a regular ambulance would. The other advantage is there are two critically care trained providers in the back of that helicopter. So that being a actual flight paramedic and then an actual flight nurse that have been through extensive training.
And that's what you do, right?
That's exactly what I do. So go through extensive training and just to be able to take care of these patients when they're at their sickest.
Right. Why do we need a helicopter for rural areas? Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Absolutely, we can. Because the problem that we have in rural areas is access to good health care. And when we're out there in rural areas, you're far away from hospitals. And we're also seeing that more and more local hospitals are closing. Right. So that increases the need to be able to transport patients to the larger cities to get the care that they need, especially for like specialized services, strokes and cardiacs and major trauma. And the helicopter is definitely the way to get there the fastest.
Right. Well, I'm talking here with Shane Driver, giving us some information about Air Evac and how we get guys who are patients in rural areas to hospitals as quick as they can. We'll be back in just a few minutes for more with Shane.